Hi, thanks for stopping by. My name is Greg, and I'm on the Calendar Invite Server project. Calendar Invite Server itself runs on AWS. These are just a few slides and an update here, August 7th. So if you have any questions, you can hit our website, 31events.com. That has a whole comprehensive area for how it works, our use cases, our AWS deployment, pricing, and resources. You see it there. And as I get into details, in packaging details over here, what I would say about this slide is just a full screen real quick. We have a back end and a front end. Those are in a zip file. This here is a CloudFormation template. It installs in your account from your laptop to your account in about 40 minutes. We have a whole bunch of functions that actually are with the Calendar Invite server. Those functions hit our APIs themselves. And what the kit does in the CloudFormation vernacular is it actually auto builds the Calendar Invite server in your AWS SES account. So within your account, the sub account would be AWS SES, and then we bind that domain and create you a mailbox. That mailbox becomes a create command. That create command is for your customers to send calendar invites to, and then we ingest the calendar invite data, we store it, and then you can recall it inside of email marketing templates, web pages, and apps for our stored calendar invites for this pipeline to actually work. Now, what happens when they're stored is here in this next slide, I will get to this pipeline. And so what happens from a storage standpoint, which is part of AWS serverless, which is a really great piece of tech. If you're here, you probably understand it. The point is, when your customer community sends to your particular custom email address, that box is set up to ingest data from calendar invitations, or if you zoom way out, it would be the ability for someone to use Google or Outlook and actually use it as an organizational, platform for events. So in my case here, I've used it for the MLB 3 years in a row. And what I've done is send 2,500 calendar invites to this inbox. It ingests the data, and then it's stored in the REST APIs. And those REST APIs themselves, in particular, are embedded into a upcoming sports page. And in the upcoming sports page, I would share it with someone like Mandy. She'd pick out what events she wants to go for the MLB game. She'd click one button and she would get a calendar invitation which is tracked. So the calendar invite data then goes back up to the API gateway here in the calendar invite server itself installed in your account, and then that particular data is collected and put into an S3 and DynamoDB bucket. So in this life cycle, what happens is that every UID is stored in DynamoDB. So anytime anybody uses their calendar client to your calendar invite service, they can basically do a new one, they can update it and delete it. And we use the calendar client itself as a CRUD engine for create, read, update, and delete. So it works really well in large communities. And dimensionally, you can think of setting this up in a enterprise as a software OEM and or a community member. So that means anybody that has this address can be authorized to use it, not authorized to use it. And you can use the lockdown and controls of AWS SES to control access to the box itself. I'm not going to get into too many details there. This is a high-level design. Again, in recap, your customers send data to a box. It's your SES domain. We ingest the data here in this pipeline, and then we store it for reassembly on recall when the REST API is called down on. And then the calendar invite goes out using SES raw. We can do that under new, update, or cancel. The calendar invites go out by UID outside the pipeline. And when you use these REST APIs here to display data or send the calendar invites or update the calendar invites, this is all one common pipeline along with the AWS Lambda functions as well as the 9 independent APIs that come as part of this calendar invite server kit. And when you buy it, you get a back end and front end. I'm just going to do maybe one more slide because I'm on a timer. So in the highlight, what I want to show in this highlight reel here was this workflow. So as we drill out and we drill back in, this particular use case is our most popular, and that is for heavily used sporting events whereby this auto-generated page is used and decorated. It's decorated using our tech stack, and then someone deploys it. Someone that is receiving, this URL, this stack here is auto-generated by the counter-invite server, and then someone like Greg comes by, puts in his email address. He clicks the calendar invite buttons here that are embedded. He gets the calendar invitations, and then we collect the data over here in our data collection engine. And the high definition part of this is, again, this is an API gateway. The button's been clicked. We send out the calendar invite under total recall. We request the participation for that invitee to actually respond, yes, no, or maybe. When they do respond, we collect that back on the API gateway back into the calendar invite server. We grab the receipts. We do a Lambda function on them, and then we store them in DynamoDB. Anytime he or she changes their mind here as a customer downstream, we recollect that data, and then we change the disposition in the S3 in the DynamoDB analytics engine. And I think that might be a wrap for today since I'm out of time. Thanks for stopping by.